Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jess, and welcome to a video that I wanted to do and just talk about the cards that I would love to see. This is me personally, that I would love to see in 2017. Some of these guys are some of my all-time favorite players. Some of these guys are somebody who would just be fun to use in MUT, and some of these guys are just a new taste that I would like to see, you know, in MUT for the first time. So, you know, again, these are my cards that I would like to see in next year's game. Also, all the cards were made by the homie AfroPig. His link and Twitter will be in the description. In case you guys want any custom cards made, go ahead and check him out on Twitter. And definitely subscribe to his YouTube. Check out his content. So, this is no particular order, but we're just going to jump from card to card. So, let's get right into it. Here we got the homie Edgerin James. Back in the day, he was one of my most favorite cards to use in Madden with that high, explosive Indianapolis Colts offense with Peyton Manning, you know, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Marvin Harrison. Just definitely a running back I would love to see in the game. Somebody who had everything, you know, had the ability to run through you, had the ability to run by you, had the ability to just you know, maneuver his finesseness, showcase his power, and he is definitely one of my all-time favorite running backs in Madden. You know, in that offense, even back then, before MUT was ever a game mode, you know, online head-to-head, the Colts were one of the most hard-to-stop offenses in the game. And it had a lot to do with Edgerin James. You know, they had a very good rushing attack, on top of, you know, the one of the best passing offenses, you know, with a dominant tight end and two amazing receivers. And you can even add in Stokely back in the day. But Edgerin James is definitely one of my favorite running backs back in the day in Madden. And I would love to get my hands on an Edgerin James card. Again, just somebody who brings me back in the day of the old days of Madden and just using that Colts offense. And I love I still remember running single back ace. Back then was my scheme back then with the Colts, and just having a rushing attack on top of a heavy play action scheme back then. My boy Edgerin James needs to make a return, y'all. Here is one of my most favorite tight ends to watch, Jeremy Shockey. I remember when he bursted onto the scene in the NFL, and he was somebody who was running over defenders like something you just didn't see out of tight ends. Like he was very, you know, just a hard-nosed, very aggressive, very strong, crazy tight end that had amazing receiving skills and just had incredible energy. Somebody who just, you know, would catch the ball and would be fearless, just straight running through guys. And I would definitely love a Jeremy Shockey. I don't utilize my tight ends too often, but if you give me a Shockey, that boy gotta have good 95 trucking. Oh, we gonna be running over folks. We gonna be creating some highlights with Jeremy Shockey, man. Living in the Connecticut area, I got to see him a lot playing with the Giants, and when he first came out, man, the guy was absolutely amazing, and he is definitely a card I would love to see in the game. One of the all-time greatest defenders to ever play the game, Junior Seau. Junior Seau is definitely somebody I would love to be able to use around, man. Junior Seau is just an absolute phenomenal player. And you know, he's been wanted in the game for, you know, quite some time. Unfortunately, you know, his life ended I believe due to suicide, and just a crazy turn of events how everything happened. I remember watching him in the Super Bowl against my 49ers, and thankfully we ended up just shellacking them. But he was definitely the heart and soul of that defense, and somebody that's you know, I remember just being so dominant. You know, you ran anywhere near him, he was going to make a play. Just a very dominant player, and I would definitely love to be able to get my users around. And that's a catchphrase in itself, man. Just say, ow! Here we got my boy Grandmama, Larry Johnson. Now, Larry Johnson was definitely an explosive power back, and had an amazing run back in his day. There was one point in time where he was the man in the NFL. Definitely a very crazy, powerful running back that would take 5 defenders to go on ahead and get down. I prefer, obviously running backs in Madden, a lot of people prefer speed. I like a combination. I love to have me a power back, and I love to have me a speed back. And there's not too many players that offer everything in one player until you get to like golden ticket time, and then cards are just ridiculous. But there's not too many players that offer everything. He's not going to be the fastest guy. He's not going to have the most elusiveness, but he's just going to be a power back. He's going to be a Steven Jackson type, somebody who has a lot of strength, a lot of trucking, somebody's going to fall forward a lot. And I definitely enjoy those type of backs, and I would really, really love to have my boy Larry Johnson in the game. There's nothing you can say about the GOAT right here. Pat Tillman, an unbelievable story. If you guys don't know, Pat Tillman was, a member of the Arizona Cardinals, but decided to go on ahead and leave and endure the trip to, I believe, Afghanistan, if I'm not sure. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know exactly sure, but he was part of the military as well, and he ended up passing away due to friendly fire, I believe. And you got to understand that this is the type of people that make this country amazing, and that's why you got to have nothing but respect for anybody who risked their lives to be a part of the military. You got to think about it. The guy's in the NFL. He's a millionaire. His life is set. He doesn't have to do anything. He's making millions of dollars playing a game that he been doing as a kid. He's got a dream job. He's playing the game of football and making millions of dollars doing so. But still, he decides to go on ahead and leave so he can go to the military, and it's just unfortunate that he ended up passing away. And Pat Tillman will always be remembered as a hero, and definitely would love to be able to have him in the game as a card. What you guys know about the Priest, though? Priest Holmes was somebody who dominated the game when back in his era. Priest Holmes was so ferocious. Man did everything: running the ball, receiving the ball. I remember, if you had this guy in fantasy, you won. Don't even bother playing. Don't even bother. That's it. You got a bye week when you're going up against Priest Holmes, because you ain't got no chance. This bastard did everything. He did everything. And getting my hands on a Priest Holmes would definitely be fun. Definitely be fun to get my man Priest Holmes in the game. Definitely one of the best running backs of my era that I've got to watch play consistently. Shaun Alexander was somebody who, was it after or before LT? I know he broke the rushing record for most touchdowns in a season. I think LT did it later on in the year. Did he do it after? I don't know. At some point, I believe he did it. I don't know if he did it before LT or after. I'm not sure. Maybe LT did it after him, or I don't know. At some point, I remember he ended up breaking the record, and I think I had him in fantasy that year too. Freaking monster, man. Another powerful back that just always seemed to have just enough speed to make very exciting long runs. Somebody who is just powerful, man. Somebody who is just hard to take down. Somebody who would just run right through 2 linebackers. You'd be like, geez, man, somebody get this bastard down. And I would definitely enjoy getting a Shaun Alexander in the game as well. I just enjoy powerful backs, man. I do, and he is somebody that I'm putting that truck stick straight upwards, putting my head down, and I best believe I better be running over some folks, man. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. What the hell is the Goose doing here? I love me the Goose, man. I'm a Goose fan, damn it. When that big bastard was the anchor of that vicious Ravens team when they won the Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer as their damn quarterback, that man would get triple teamed every single play. I was amazed at how well this big bastard just dominated that defensive tackle position. Like, you guys know I struggle in defense in Madden a lot. Having Siragusa as a defensive tackle clogging up that front line would be so freaking disgustingly amazing. If I had me a Siragusa, I just know I'm going to place him down at the D tackle. I'm probably not going to get no sacks. He may get a tackle or two, but you best believe it's going to take more than one human being to stop that man from pressing forward. I remember just looking at that defense, looking at the D line, and just seeing two guys struggling to stop this guy from moving forward. He was so damn massive and strong. I need me a goose, man. I need me a goose on my front line. Don't judge me. I need me a goose. One of the most athletic linebackers I've ever seen. BrianUrlacher had the speed of a damn wide receiver. It was crazy on how fast he was, how much ground he covered. And he would easily be my favorite middle linebacker in a game if he got a card, because he would have so much speed. Just the amount of ground you would be able to cover using him in Madden would be crazy. Definitely somebody, when I played with the Bears back in Madden, back when he was there, actually I was using the safety back then. I never used the middle linebacker until not too many Maddens ago, but I was always a free safety guy. And I remember playing with the Bears, and I remember Urlacher just tracking down a toss so crazily. Like, his speed and acceleration would be disgusting. Like, he's so athletic, man, and to be able to be that fast at that position was something that you really didn't see. Like, there's not too many middle linebackers that had that kind of speed that would cover that much ground and would be able to make so many plays, and he is somebody, oh my goodness, you guys know I use my middle linebacker, and using him would be so much fun, utilizing that speed and covering so much ground. Now, these are done in no particular order, but clearly, obviously, my number one player that I would want back is Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens, to me, of this, when I was starting to really get into football and understanding the game and understanding statistics and all that stuff, was the best, most dominant receiver in the NFL. Even better than Randy Moss. Now, I know a lot of people love some Randy Moss, and I understand why. The guy he is a freak. Randy Moss is out of this world. But I believe Terrell Owens did what Randy Moss did and more. Randy Moss did one thing and one thing very well. He ran streaks. He ran fast. You throw it up to him and he would go get it. He's out of this world. Can't nobody do what it is he did. That be that fast and that athletic. But if you watch a Randy Moss highlight reel, 9 times out of 10, it's him just outrunning folks. He was the fastest player on the field. In his prime, so was Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens would outstreak you. He would take a hitch, break 4 tackles, score a touchdown. He was so physical. T.O. would slant over the middle and just completely run by and through your safeties and score a touchdown. He was able to do what Moss did and more. Moss wasn't the over-the-middle type of receiver. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, he made plays, catches over the middle and utilized his speed for touch. Of course, But T.O. constantly did everything you need him to do. He was he was a very good blocker. He was somebody, again, who could score a multitude of ways, not just outrunning your defender, which he was able to do back in his prime. Back in his prime, he was the fastest player on the field too, but he was also so physical. And maybe I'm biased because I'm a 49er fan. Listen, don't judge me, damn it. I love me some T.O., man. And this right here would be easily the most wanted card of me ever. Out of everybody they could bring back, T.O. is my number one most wanted player back. Hopefully you guys enjoy my top 10 players that I would love to see back. Leave in the comment section who you guys would like to see. It's your boy Jess. We're going to go on ahead and be signing out. Peace!